My wife said, "Why don't you write a book instead of your stupid wordplay jokes?" I said, "That's a novel idea." I'm reading a horror book in Braille. Something bad is going to happen. I can feel it. After watching me read War and Peace, my son asked me, "Dad, why is the book so thick?" Well, it's a long story. I found the first 4 Harry Potter books to be quite lighthearted. The 5th one was dead serious. My wife dumped me due to my obsession with comic books. She said I have too many issues. I asked the librarian if books about paranoia were available. She looked up and whispered, "They're right behind you." I once swallowed a book of synonyms. It gave me thesaurus throat I've ever had. I had a bunch of books fall on me. I only have my shelf to blame. I went into the local library and asked if they had any books on the Titanic. "Oh yes, quite a few," the librarian said. "Sorry to hear that," I said, laughing. "They'll all be ruined by now." I went to the library looking for a book about Pavlov's dog and Schrodinger's cat. The librarian said it rang a bell, but she wasn't sure if it was there or not. Our new librarian is very polite, and I think she is Italian. I've just taken a book back that was months overdue, but rather than charging me, she just said, "That's a fine." We started a band and called it Books. So no one can judge us by our covers. Some friends wanted to get married at the public library, but they couldn't, because it was booked. What do you call a book club that's been stuck on the same book for years? Church. I've just finished writing a book on snakes. It would have been much easier if I'd just written it on paper. I've been reading a book called How to Use a Ladder. Well, it's more of a step-by-step guide. I asked the librarian where the books on engine lubricants were. She said they were in the non-friction section. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. Why was the math book so depressed? It had so many problems. The book I ordered about clocks finally came in. It's about time. My wife does sip and paint, so I started Bros, Beers, and Books. Our signature cocktail is Tequila Mockingbird. I couldn't get a reservation at the library. They were fully booked. I have decided to kill off a few characters in the book I'm writing. It should make my autobiography much more interesting. More groans coming up right after this swift interlude. I just got a new job at a prison library. It has its pros and cons. Two books meet in a library. One says, "You don't look too well," and the other replies, Just had my appendix removed. I rushed to my local hospital only to find that it had been converted into a library. Talk about having to suffer in silence. Why are libraries so tall? Because of all the stories. I went to the library and asked for the self-help section. They said if they told me it would defeat the purpose. Today I went to the library to get a book about conspiracies. There were none there. Coincidence? My library doesn't have a single book on animals. It turns out they're all on shelves. I was arrested today in the library for assault. I guess they caught me hitting the books. I have a condition where I feel the need to steal library books. I should probably get that checked out. I was minding my own business in the library when I was attacked. The only weapon I could find was a large encyclopedia. So, I armed myself with knowledge. I was at the library when I heard the tsunami alarm, so I yelled, "Everybody brace your shelves." What building in New York City has the most stories? The public library. My wife read a draft of a mystery novel I'm working on. She goes, "I don't get it. In chapter 2 you randomly wrote shadow, 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 shadow. What the hell does that even mean?" Babe, it's called foreshadowing. Why did the man write his novel in his basement? He wanted it to become a bestseller. I accidentally put cornstarch in my novel. The plot thickened. I just started writing a novel on hurricanes. It's only a draft at the moment. Just finished a beautiful novel in Braille. Such a touching story. After 13 years, I finally finished my first novel. It was Lord of the Rings. Great read. I accidentally glued myself to a novel that I just finished writing. Well, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Writing crime novels is an okay job. It has its pros and cons. I just finished reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The entire novel was a subplot. Did they make a novelization of The Room? Because everyone keeps telling me to read it. I took a novel around Romania with me, but it got exhausted. So I gave the Bucharest. I bought a shirt that had a quote from my favorite book on it. It was cool the first few days, but the novelty quickly wore off. J.R.R. Tolkien used to write his novels in his free time. They were his hobbits. I'm Montgomery Jones. We're on a mission to spread the laughs and groans far and wide, so please do us a favor and share just one of these jokes with your family and friends today. Thanks. Looking for the gift for Dad? We have the official Daily Dad Jokes podcast electronic joke button now available on Amazon. A massive 500 preloaded dad jokes guaranteed to make you laugh and groan. Check the show notes page for the link. The Daily Dad Jokes podcast is produced by Classic Studios. See the show notes page for social media links and joke credits. This show was recorded in front of a canned studio audience.